And with the European Spring Series Day 1 done with, it's time to do a recap of Day 1 for anyone who missed it. Now, I'll start off by prefacing this is absolutely crazy, absolutely fucking insane. I have no clue what happened today. Everything that I thought was going to happen just didn't know. Nothing at all. Just everything that you know about these teams and about Rocket League, just throw it out the window. You don't need any of that crap. And usually I don't do this. Usually, yeah, I'll say sub to the channel, but I'll never say like, hey, like the video, because I think that's just too much. But recently, some people in the comments have been saying, hey, you gotta get people to like the video so YouTube will promote your channel more. And I thought, okay, maybe I'll test it out. Maybe I don't want to do this all the time. I want to see if it does help. So leave a like on the video, I guess, for the YouTube algorithm, and I want to see kind of like what happens with this video. And I'll do it for the next couple of videos and see like if there's like an overall difference in traction. I don't know. We'll try it. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the content, make sure to hit subscribe. Our goal for this channel, like I mentioned before, is 10,000 subscribers. If we could hit that one day, that would honestly be crazy. With that said, let's get on to the first match. So we have the Mousesports versus the Clappers, and I don't know why, for some reason a lot of people actually, I think they put too much faith in the Clappers because they had Jorias on the team, and a lot of people like Jorias. People were kind of looking at them as if they were better than they actually were, which they're not a bad team. They played well in the spring series. It's just that a lot of people had them beating MOUZ, which I couldn't see at all. A new team with 0 RLCS experience, except Calyx has a little, but he's like the worst player on the team. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just couldn't see where you guys were coming from. It was some people. Some people were like huge Jorias fans. And I just learned it's pronounced Jorias, not Joras. I think so. I mean, I learned how to pronounce Jorias from Jesse and Scrub. And you know, Jesse screams it like, Jora! Jorias! So, like, Jesse's basically incomprehensible at sometimes. So I have no clue what he was saying. I thought it was just Jors. But yeah, so Mousesports versus the Clappers, what happened? So, I'll tell you what happened. Cookser and Speed happened. They were just monsters on the field. They had these amazing plays, and there's this one clip that I'm probably going to show, and it's Cookser mid-air pass to Speed, just bangs it right back to Speed as he's falling from like the ceiling, and it just bounces off of Speed into the goal, and Cookser just sniped Speed. It was incredible. They were on fire. They couldn't miss. Wherever Cookser hit the ball, it would go in the net, whether it was him putting it in the net or Speed putting it in the net off of Cookser's pass. And then RG just sat back chilling like, yep, this is my team. But RG played a good third man the entire day. I'll give that to him. So all around good stuff from MOUZ. Then the Clappers. Joria's a lot of whiffs, especially in game 1. You would see a lot of nerves coming through from the whole team. Honestly, it's what I expected from them. Team that has not played on this big stage before. Most of the whiffs coming from Joria's. Archie played really good throughout all their games. But yeah, just stuff that they have to fix going forward. And then we had Renault Vitality versus Team BDS. And I expected as much. Vitality take the dub 3-1. And to be honest, K-Dop did not play that well. It was mostly the Alpha 54 show. I think he was on fire the entire day. K-Dop had some like drop down passes, own goal, like to Team BDS, basically own goaling at that point. It was like really uncharacteristic play from him, but it just shows you how good Renault Vitality are. It's like they don't need all their players to be on. They literally just need one, maybe 2 players to be on, and they're a dominant team. That's the kind of team they are. Yeah, they take the Dubski, and this is where it gets real crazy. So we were talking about how Metsnaris is now on Endpoint, and now we're going to see how they play with Metsnaris, blah, blah, blah. And oh my god, this new play style that Endpoint came up with. It was basically Virtuoso just go demo while Relating Wave and Metsnaris play as if it's 2v2s, and they use 2s rotations the entire game. Like, what? It was legit a new play style. If you have not seen the Endpoint games, go watch them. Every goal, Virtuoso was just like in the net, just like assaulting the other team. It was insane. Like, Virtuoso was on fire. Like, he was making key bump play after key bump play. I think he didn't score many goals, but he didn't get many assists off of it, but he was key in their success. It was a really interesting play style, really reminiscent of PK. But then Barcelona, man, oh my god, what the hell were you guys doing? You guys were just sitting on your goal line, jerking each other off all game. Like, what are you doing? Barcelona did nothing. They just sat back on defense and got shot on after shot on after shot on. And scored on after scored on. Like, what are you? Absolutely zero offense. They scored a total of 3 goals the entire series. Oh my god, it was one of the worst performances from them I've ever seen. Awful. A ton of stuff to fix. I really think that the biggest thing they need is get rid of either Flakes or Devo, and then bring on maybe Scrubkilla. But I really don't know where Scrubkilla is going to go, honestly. He's burned so many bridges with a lot of these teams. You know, he can't go to Vitality, Mousesports burned, Singularity burned. I don't know where Scrub's gonna end up going, and that's because on Singularity he has a lot of beef with Tho, so I don't think he'd ever team with them. But yeah, I'm curious. Maybe I'm thinking maybe Barcelona. Scrub might end up going, but then at the same time, Jorius and Archie. I think Archie played very well today, so maybe he'd get picked up instead of Scrub. I don't know, man. It's who knows? Who knows? Let's get on a Dig versus Canyons. And what were you doing, Dignitas? What were you guys doing? They scored 3 goals in 4 games. 3 goals. That's just as much as FC Barcelona scored. What? Dignitas couldn't get a single passing play going. Astral was completely off. Remember when I said that if anyone wanted a chance to beat Dignitas, then Astral would be needing to play like dog shit? Well, believe me. Astro is nowhere to be found. It's as if he didn't even show up. He slept through he might as well have slept through the whole thing. All of them. None of them played great. They couldn't find each other on passes. They got beat to every ball. It was like free play for Canyons, let's be honest. Canyons just had their way with Dig. Easily sent them to the lower bracket in a 3-1 fashion. Wow, I was very disappointed with Dig. And what's funny enough, I did a poll on my YouTube channel who everyone thought was gonna win the spring series for Europe, and these were the results. An overwhelming amount for Dignitas. So yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And after that, we had Renault Vitality versus Mousesports, and this was easily my favorite match of the day. Now, unfortunately, Mousesports got reverse swept by Renault Vitality, but Mousesports were up 2-0 at one point, which is honestly, that's better than I had thought that they would do. I remember I had them taking this against Vitality, and I really thought they were going to. They had a big shot, huge shot to take it, but at the end of the day, Vitality, they were stronger in the end. It really was a handful. Game 3, they scored 7 goals, but at the same time, MOUZ just kind of said, all right, let's go to the next game. They weren't really trying towards the end when Vitality was still peppering shots on the net. So I'll give that to them. Did I say Vitality? MOUZ? When MOUZ was. Yeah, and then Vitality were just looked like the better team the next couple games. MOUZ, I'd say, lost their footing a little bit, because I think Vitality played relatively decently all 5 games that they played. It's just MOUZ maybe a little less the last 3 games. I think that 7-3 game might have really hurt their mentality a little bit more than maybe you would have thought. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Vitality were just playing a little bit better, but I don't know. It'd be like that. And then, I never thought I'd say this in the semifinals. Canyons versus Endpoint? Canyons versus Endpoint. Wow. I was completely wrong. I thought it was going to be Dig versus Barsa. Canyons versus Endpoint. And let me tell you, this new meta playstyle that Endpoint has that's reminiscent of Pittsburgh Knights Season 7 or Season 8, really good. Just, I'd say it's even more destructive, more demo heavy than PK. It's basically, like I said, Virtuoso, completely ignore rotations, pretend rotations don't exist, and then everyone else just pretend it's a 2v2 game and rotate like that. Virtuoso spent 90% of the game on his opponent's goal line. There was this one replay where he is backing up into his opponent, and they have to side flip around him, and then he just moves, and then he drives forward, turns into them, and he's being so annoying. He is that player in rank that you fucking hate to play against because he's so annoying. It was so cool to watch though, honestly. When it's not you, when I'm not on the receiving end of that, then I like to watch it, right? So really cool play style. Big question is, how are they gonna play? How are they gonna play against Vitality tomorrow? At this point, who knows? Endpoint. And I do want to throw out something else. I don't think MOUZ is out of it either, because they had a very good showing today. They only lost obviously once, and it was against Vitality in a Game 5 fashion. So Mousesports still looking like a very good team, possibly a top 3. We'll see that losers bracket run tomorrow, or well, I guess today for you guys watching this. But yeah, let's get into losers round 1. We had the Clappers versus Team BDS, and hey man, I have one word, 2 syllables. It's Archie. Archie, man, he was so dominant on the field. Remember when I said in my video about the players to look out for, the best player on each team, I gave it to Jorias because generally Jorias looks like the more consistent player. But I also said when Archie's on, he looks like the best player on the team when he's on. I think he's just a little bit tad. In the past, he's been a tad more inconsistent than, let's say, Jorias, but he looked very consistent today. Maybe not against MOUZ, but I think MOUZ was just the better team. Remember, they were going up against Team BDS, who is unarguably worse than MOUZ, but nonetheless a good showing because Team BDS is the new RLCS team. And honestly, my thoughts is that Archie is probably going to get picked up. They're going to be looking at 2 players. It's going to be Scrubkilla and Archie, and maybe Jorias. Jorias played pretty good as well, but we'll see how they play the rest of the spring series. I can see it because I think the Clappers are going to beat the Canyons. The Clappers probably are going to beat the Canyons, and that's what I think, just judging from how they played. So it'll be interesting to see just what develops from this. And then finally we had Dig versus Barsa, and oh my god, Dignitas almost perfect sweep Barsa. The other 2 games, they lost 4-0 again. For like I think they lost 4-0 every game, right? Yeah, they lost 4-0 every single game except game 1. They obliterated them. Astral was on fire. Violent Panda on fire. Yukio playing that same role he always is at the third man. He didn't get, I don't want to say he was super like in the spotlight. It was mostly Astral and Violent Panda in the spotlight, but I mean, you know, Yukio obviously has to be playing well for the team to play well as well, so you know, got to give him some credit. But yeah, all of them. In Barcelona again, man, what are you guys doing? You guys can't keep dry humping each other inside your own net doing nothing the whole game. All right, this is like very TSM-esque play style, to do nothing the whole game and expect good results. It is very TSM. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I don't have anything good to say about Barcelona. It was just shot after shot for Dignitas and save after goal for FC Barcelona. I have nothing more to say about Dig versus Barcelona. I mean, Dig are looking good. I was gonna say that MOUZ probably take the top 3 spot if Dignitas are playing like garbage, but Dignitas look like they're playing better, and then we'll see tomorrow exactly how they end up playing. Obviously the match to look out for tomorrow definitely gonna be MOUZ versus Dignitas. It was so crazy how they really did switch up the play style. You know, they had a month to really focus on their play with Arju and practice a lot, and instead of having Arju be that first man all the time, they had him sit back a lot, which is crazy. I mean, it worked. It really worked, and I think he slid right into that roster real well. We've never really seen MOUZ struggle it. If anything, MOUZ are better than they ever have looked in their history that they've been in Rocket League. So you know, I really enjoy watching this roster, and I can't wait to see tomorrow MOUZ versus Dig, and the grand finals, of course, right? But that's what I'm most looking forward to right now, I have to admit, because you know what, it's gonna be the only MOUZ versus Dig match we get. We hopefully will get like a MOUZ Vitality Dig Vitality later on, as long as they beat Endpoint, or maybe Vitality loses at Endpoint, who knows. But yeah, it's be a fun day tomorrow. Yep, thank you guys all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, hit subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @cherry_ZRL. I post stuff on Twitter. Yeah, go follow me there. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Peace.